I just can't take no pleasure in killing. Just some things you gotta do. Don't mean you have to like.
I like to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly insane?
You want to know what happens to an eyeball when it gets punctured? You got any idea how much blood jets out of a guy's neck when his throat's been slit?
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
What up, everyone? DJ Nubis here with you on the Metal Tavern Radio podcast with my ghoul brother from another ghoul mother, Mr. Tony the Dead. We are the Ghouls of Midnight, episode 72. And if you don't know, every week we alternate picks. We take a movie, it could be past, future, or present, and we go and review it. It could be bad or good. You never know. My pick was 1972's Night of a Thousand Cats. He and I are both cat lovers. Before I get into the trailer, this guy over here, decided to go on Facebook and like start blasting me for how I approach my picks, right? So all I can say is this, man, okay?
Back off me, man. Back off.
So yeah, so basically some of these movies on Tubi, I'll be sleeping overnight. The wife and I, we keep the TV on, so she's always oblivious to anything, but I'll wake up occasionally throughout the night, and so I'll see something that's on. Usually I have like, if you start watching one horror film, it just kind of starts following, just starts, putting in other movies that you may or may not care about. So I woke up, saw that this clip had, basically some hot chicks and severed heads and jars. And I was like, oh, this is great. You can't go wrong with that. Hot chicks and jars, heads and jars. Great. But, obviously that doesn't tell the entire story of the film. But before we get into our review, let's go ahead and check out the trailer for Night of 1,000 Cuts.
These are Hugo's pussy cats. Hugo takes good care of his pets. He loves his cats and feeds them a very special recipe.
Why did you stop?
I found the right piece for my collection.
He had the most original and unusual collection in the world.
I'm going to show you something that only 2 people in the world know about.
By themselves, they are only a harmless pussycat. 1,000 strong, they become a man-eating machine. After seeing this terrifying movie, you will never be able to look another cat in the eye. The management of this theater offers free burial insurance to anyone who dies of fright during the film. Caskets are optional on the West Coast. When the cats are hungry, run for your lives.
Wow.
That was the best thing about the entire movie.
I can see why people have watched it, because that was if it's funny.
Oh my god!
And yeah, this is pussy.
Okay, so
oh my god,
Night of 1,000 Cats, aka Blood Feast, not to be confused with the Herschel Gordon Lewis film. This is a Spanish film directed by Rene Cardona Jr. and starring Hugo Stiglitz, which, if you didn't know, was a name that Tarantino named one of his characters in Glorious Bastards as tribute to this particular actor who's done a lot of work.
Oh, really?
We also have Anjanette Comer, Zulma Falad, Krista Linder, and a couple others. Nobody knows who they are. It doesn't matter. So basically, yeah, you got this guy who's a playboy, ends up hooking up with all these random chicks, and then like really quickly gets tired of them, decides he wants to, because he's a hunter, decides to take their heads, put them in jars, and that's his collection, and takes the rest of the body and decides to feed them to his 1,000 cats that he keeps in this little fenced-in area pit of sorts at his castle estate. He has a nice little butler named Dorgo, who's helping him take care of all his grounds, and he's very, very weird. Your first impressions of this film?
I knew 30 seconds into this film I wasn't gonna like it. Even though there's gorgeous girls in it, it's just like, these kind of films too are kind of high, like they're not for everybody. Like these, like 60s kind of weird, or well, it's the 70s, but like I felt like a 60s feel to me. But like they just have this like the grittiness and like the awkward like angles and like the songs cutting in and out and like I don't know, it's just like something about them. They're hit and miss, but man,
yeah. The problem that I have with the film for the most part is the editing. Like it really jumps around, and then like it's hard to get into a flow of the film. So like it's just very badly edited. Yeah, I like the concept. The concept's cool. And especially for a 70s styled film, like it's I thought some of the special effects, even though it's dated, still look pretty good with the heads and stuff. Like I thought that was kind of terrifying.
Yeah.
The cats, it's really a weird thing because if you I don't remember the exact year, but did you ever see the movie Willard or Ben about the rats?
I've seen
So,
Willard, the remake.
Yeah, so they're very cool how they utilize the rats as like a antagonist and stuff like that. And they could have did the same with the cats. Now cats, they're not gonna really behave in the same manner because they're a different animal altogether. But I thought it was a good idea, just like, but again, like it seems like it was like two separate types of movies where we have like all these shots with the cats who were probably just running to go eat. They weren't really doing anything else. Probably someone just threw one on a chair and said, "It's attacking you."
Oh my god, they were absolutely throwing cats. Like
the other thing is too is like the cats really aren't really a big part of the story, even though the trailer tries to portray it as such. Like these cats are like a big focus on everything, but they're really not. They're just cleanup crew basically. They're like pigs that feed on the remains of the girls that this guy's cutting up for his little trophy cases and stuff. But yeah, so Hugo, of course they name him after his own name, so that's kind of funny. But he goes around, which is funny too. He goes around in his helicopter and he's like stalks women, like which he thinks are romantic gestures. He's like hanging around, flying around. He's like, "Hey, what a it's like, and like I guess like one the final girl, she's kind of like married, I think, or at least with a guy that she lives with and has a kid.
I think she is a sugar daddy. I think that I took that as what it was. Well, the way she said, the guy that pays for all this. So I just kind of think,
Right. So yeah, Hugo just kind of flies around and he's picking up ladies in his helicopter. And then even I forget which character it was, which girl, but he has a girlfriend and they're on a carriage and there comes a point where Dorgo, his right hand man's like thinking about, we need to take her head. And he's like, no, not this one. He says not this one, but Dorgo takes it upon himself to like scare her to the point that she starts running and eventually she becomes another victim. It's like this guy just can't help himself. Like he gets fallen in love with these gals and then it's like, I need to complete my trophy case.
Yeah.
That weighs on his mind. But there isn't really much to the film. Like it's just a lot of bad editing where it's just kind of going through and you just, like I said, he hooks up with these girls and it's really fast. Like you don't get any kind of like space or fleshed out plot points. It's just like, okay, she's done. And then he'll have these like recollections where he'll look at a particular head and then it takes him back to when he actually killed her and all this stuff. So it's like, I don't know, the editing is just god awful. Like I just, it's too bad because it is a cool concept for a film.
It is.
It just never really gets out there the way you want it to be. And it just kind of falls flat. And, the guy that Hugo Stiglitz, like he has a long filmography. And it's like, so he looked familiar, but like I can't really place it anywhere else because a lot of it's Spanish stuff. But he has the kind of look that of a guy like, he looks cool. He's a kind of cool looking dude. So you can see why they may have chosen to be the villain in this. But again, it's just a very bad edit. And I don't know if there's any other version of this that would even make sense. Like if they even have like a director's cut, but a company or a magazine called Aggressions Animales reckoned it one of Rene Cardone Jr.'s worst films.
Well, the Cardones have a reputation of making bad films like this. So
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's just crazy to me because, like, again, you said it in the Facebook post that, like, I'm sitting there and I see these things when I wake up. I'm like, okay, well, that's cool. That's a cool concept. So I'm gonna throw it in there and decide we both like cats. Now, I apologize ahead of time because I didn't see the one scene in the pool, which I'm glad they didn't like stay on because, like, I was like, the man happens says, "Oh, Tony's gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me."
I was like, no, and then it was quick, but like right there, that my score right there.
Yeah. I was like, I saw it and I was like, I didn't see this part. Whoops.
Yeah.
But I should have been surprised because, like, there is a moment earlier in the film while he's having dinner. A cat jumps on the table and he, like, grabs it and, like, throws it over the fence or whatever. And, like, these are supposed to be your buddies. Like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, he's a piece of shit. It's so weird to like. I was watching it and Lorenzo came in and he goes, oh, look at all those cats. I wish we had all those cats. I said, could you imagine what that smells like? I said, no way. It's like, it's weird. Like, he has like a, almost looks like except for the stairs, it almost looks like the son of a thousand maniacs. They're all down in the basement and they're just walking around. Those are these cats. It's constant meow, 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 meow. And he's just throwing supposedly a human body to them.
Yeah, like,
and then he also bites a piece.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then the next scene it shows what's his name burning the body in a furnace. So is that just a little bit of remains or what? Because I mean, it's definitely not human meat. Because
I would have to assume that at least the implication would be they've cut up the body enough because it's really just meaty chunks, and then they probably took the skeletal remains and burned it up. Because the cats probably won't eat. I mean, they never show any skeletal remains in the cat's den or anything. So
true.
So
that's where they went wrong. If they had pigs, the pigs would have ate all that.
Right. But this makes sense. It had a budget of $1,500, which totally makes sense.
Way over budget.
Yeah.
Did they use it or what?
Right. Like, it must have been someone's borrowed helicopter because even that was like a lot of like repeated loop scenes that we saw. Like, just, it was so ridiculous.
Yeah. It was like,
and then like,
I was gonna say at least it was only an hour.
Yeah, it doesn't take a long time to get through this.
No.
Oh wait. Okay, so there is another version. Original version is 93 minutes. This one, the US one, is 63. So I'm wondering, there's like almost 30 minutes that is unseen. I'm really curious about that.
Have at it, my friend. I'm good with the shortened version. I mean, I could see why you thought this would be cool. Like, you wake up and you see heads in a jar, and it's at the end of the movie. It's like all the action's going on. It's like, okay, maybe, yeah, the heads in a jar are the most important or most interesting thing in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been cool if they would have like took the heads of the jar and, like, how he was looking back and like that girl running and which was funny as hell because of that what's his name, Dorgo, yeah, he's running in slow motion as well, and it's weird. It's like so strange looking, but like that'd be cool if they made this like a horror anthology or something. And then in the end, he ended up getting eaten by the cats. Like, each head in the jar was a story.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I thought, again, the concept is cool. But because of the editing, again, like, without seeing that other version, like, I really don't know if it's actually supposed to be better, like, just in terms of editing style. Like, clearly it's poorly, I hate saying poorly acted, but it kind of is. Like, it's just, these are not really well-known people. It's a very low budget film.
Yeah.
But without that 30 minutes, I don't know how much of that fills in any of the blanks that we miss. Like it's like, why bother with a US release if it's not going to be coherent, which it's not. It's just all over the place. And it doesn't make a lot of sense. And you got this trailer that's making it sound like the craziest thing since sliced bread, and I'm just like, no, not really.
Let's say like if you have a heart attack or something.
Right.
Like, my God, for what?
And I don't even remember because like I did watch this a couple of times, and I still don't remember like why Dorgo was killed. Like I don't understand.
Well, was it? Well, maybe that's part of the 30 minutes, but I assumed it was because he killed that girl and he didn't want him to.
Yeah, it could be, obviously. But like I just remember watching it, and all of a sudden his head's in the jar, and I'm like, well, what the fuck did he do?
He did not listen.
Yeah. It's just crazy stuff. That's the thing. There's not a lot to really explore with this, other than the fact that I did like the concept behind it. But it's a bad film. It's a really bad film.
Yeah, it is.
Your final thoughts and ratings on A Night of a Thousand Cats?
Well, like everything you said, like it sounds like on paper it sounds cool concept. Anything where they throw a person into the room, into the room, cats or animal, and they eat them, that's scary enough. But like, I don't know. Maybe if they had a bigger budget, it would have worked out. But it just was bad. It was. I just did not like it. I could not wait for it to be over. It did go quick though for me. I'll be honest. Like, even though I didn't want to watch it, it went fast. But yeah, right when he dunked that cat in the water for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
Well, like, there's no reason for it anyway. But like, he's an asshole. He dunked it, and then they cut it. And I'm like, that's right there. Nope. So, I mean. I don't know, man. I don't want to say 0, but I'm going to say 0. I think this. No, I'll say 1. I'll give it a 1 because I thought the heads in the jars was a cool concept in that. But other than that, nobody has to see this. It has the name Cardone. Leave it alone.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't turn out as good as I had hoped. I do love the concept. There are some cool imagery in it. The grittiness of the film looks good. It just doesn't. It's just badly edited, and like why they would even put this out on the U.S. like this is, I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me. The sad thing is, I'm probably going to end up seeking out that longer version just to see if it actually is better. Because I hate to like really throw it with that much time cut out. Like there has to be something else going on in here that I have to see it. Like I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna find that fucking film. I'll spare you the details. I'm not as bad as you on that, but it is a very low score for me. It's probably the lowest one I've had this year. I think it's gonna be a 3 out of 10. It's not.
That's so much better than mine.
Well, I mean, obviously, I don't like cats being tortured, and I obviously they didn't really kill cats in this, but the idea is behind it, and luckily they didn't like stay on that scene because that's a very traumatic thing as cat lovers.
Yeah.
I thought the cats would have a bigger part in this film than they did. They just even the final attack, like it wasn't like anything you expect better justice than what we got out of that.
It wasn't satisfying. I wanted him to like be torn apart and ripped to shreds, and all he got was granted, a cat scratches it does hurt.
Oh yeah.
So I'm sure he was in pain, but like I wanted like eyeballs ripped out and them eating him while he's still alive, kind of shit.
Yeah.
But and let alone they did definitely kill birds in this too.
Yeah.
The guy liked to shoot pigeons or something in the sky, and it's like there's no way they faked that.
Yeah, foul. Yeah,
just must be a different country kind of thing. They or at the time too, like they're less.
Yeah, strict. A lot of the earlier films. I mean, if you go back to Cannibal Holocaust and the shit they did in that film, like we know that they didn't really approach animals the same way they do now. So, which is good. It's good. We kind of learned from that shit. We don't do that shit anymore, man. We don't hurt animals to get like a shock value out of it,
Yeah. Good. least that's one the one thing we learned not to do. I'm sure some people probably still do it. No, that's fake, but
Right.
yeah, it's unnecessary shit.
Very. Yep. So my pick for next week I have set. I did change it a little bit from what I have, but I just kind of moved the other one to the next pick after that. But our next pick for me next week is, I believe it's 2022. Neko and I did a reaction to this trailer a while back, but it's a film called Venus. And it's another Spanish film, but it's a more modern Spanish film. So we'll be giving this a whirl. I think it's on Shudder, but it shouldn't be hard to find outside that either. So,
okay.
But yeah, so that's going to be my pick. And then also, we talked about, I don't remember if we did it live when we were talking about it now, but we are going to give you our midway point list of the films that by the end of the year, he and I talked about how we're going to give our top 10 films that we liked, like from the ones that either we're trying to stay away from stuff that we haven't seen because it's kind of like new surprises. So there might be one in there that he may have seen at some point, or I might have seen at some point, but maybe rethought differently coming forward. So right now, it's not just 10. I'm going to give you the list for everything that I've liked so far, but then I have to narrow it down by the time the end of the year comes for you to same thing. You may have maybe not even 10 yet, or you might have more. I don't know what your list is going to look like, but did you want to go first with what you felt like you liked this year so far?
Yeah, I could go first. I mean, this again, like I said, this list could change. It's only halfway through the year, pretty much. So, well, a little more than halfway through the year. So, and we go 2 movies a week, so you never know. Yeah. In no particular order, but my first one I have on here is Shocker. That was and these are all first time watches, though.
See, that won't make my list because I've seen it before, but for him, it is the first time. So yeah, he's okay with putting that on there.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised at Shocker. It was such a good, fun watch,
Yeah.
But yeah, Shocker's on there for sure. Do you want me to keep going, or you?
Oh yeah, you can keep going.
Okay. Next on here I have is I was not expecting this, is Ghost Killers versus Bloody Mary that you picked. That was fun. That was a good movie. That was a fun movie, and I did not expect that. Next, I believe I enjoyed Messiah of Evil. I don't have a bad memory of it. I think
you did actually give it a really good review. I do remember that.
I was going to say, I don't remember anything negative, so I was like, yeah. Messiah of Evil. Then next, Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. I really like that. Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2, because it's fun and watch. I have 2 more. I only have two more because
that's fine.
The rest I really didn't see anything else that I really wanted on this list that I didn't see. Dr. Terror's House of Horrors. I love that. I thought that was a lot of fun. And if I had to put in order, this one would probably be close to the top. It'd be Marshmallow.
Yeah, my list is a little longer. But I do have to credit you for a lot of like good introduction to stuff in here. No particular order, of course. Eating Miss Campbell absolutely is in my list.
That was an honorable mention on mine.
I love that fucking film. 100 Tears. I had not seen that. I enjoyed that. Cuckoo. I enjoyed that. Now some of these are kind of like on the end, so they may not be there at the end of the year. It just depends on the other stuff that we watch.
Right.
How to Kill Monsters, obviously another one that's in there. 2 that you introduced me to, Peter Pan Neverland Nightmare is on there. Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey is also on there. One that you didn't really like, but I actually kind of still enjoy, The Witchmaker. I enjoyed that. Bugbuster, I had not seen that. Enjoyed that a lot. That was when you introduced me to Funny Man. Also, I liked. You didn't care for it too much. You actually gave me the DVD, so I was like, okay, I'll take it. Clown in the Cornfield. I enjoyed that one. And of course, the last one, which you mentioned, Marshmallow, is definitely on my list. That's actually on my list for one of my favorites of 2025 as well. So
nice.
Yeah, so that's where I'm at right now in my halfway mid-year picks. I'm really happy about that. We've found some pretty cool films that we've liked.
I actually have a package coming in from Umbrella that when because I pre-ordered the Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. So that's the box set thing. That's coming in. Plus,
Dude,
I did end up getting Winnie the
things
Pooh.
from them too. That's crazy.
Did you?
Yeah,
Nice.
literally just a couple days ago.
You know, mine's taking forever. Sometimes I will get something in from England and it'll be like 2-3 days. Or
Well, it's
like
coming
Australia.
from Australia, right? Yeah, they're in
Yeah,
Australia.
but sometimes even Australia comes quicker. It look like that. This time it's taking forever. But
I mean, they did tell me mine shipped, but that could mean anything. It could be like, "We'll see you in 2 weeks."
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't have my pick for next week right now. I have some ideas, but I want to make make sure that I can have you watch it.
yeah, I try to do that too. That's sometimes when I'm doing videos with other collaborators, I don't always check to make sure I can get a hold of this film. It's like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
Anywho, please go like and subscribe to Mr. Tony the Dad. A lot of great content over there. A lot of fun. And he has a pretty good group of followers. Like and subscribe to the Meltdown Radio podcast if you enjoy the content here. Give us your opinions about this film. Are we way off or are we right on point with our synopsis of this? And
have you seen the extra 30 minutes? Is it worth him checking out or should he?
Yeah, you'd actually save me a lot of trouble if you tell me that there's anything I need to see in that extra 30 minutes. That's a lot of time to edit out of something. So
yeah,
let me know. That could be the worst thing ever if I say, hey, guess what? Severn or Vinegar has like a nice cover for this one.
Right on eBay.
But as always, I will see you on the next one. We'll be doing Tony's pick, which will be up when he can get it up and running. I'll have mine up sometime today. But thank you all for the support. We do appreciate it. We are still trying to work on some logos and images for merch. I think that's something I really want to go forward with. I came this close to really abandoning everything else just to do Ghouls. I really did.
Don't do that.
Yeah, right. Well, I thought it over. I do love doing a lot of the other stuff, but I really love this show. I love what we do on it, and I'm glad to be doing it with you. No matter if we disagree or agree on shit, it doesn't matter. It's just a lot of blast to check out films I hadn't seen before and all that good news. So again, people, thank you for the support. Again, we always ask you if you got any recommendations you want us to do. I don't have a problem. Even if we've seen it, if you want us to go back and review it, we'll do it.
Yeah.
Just let us know and be good. And we'll see you next time on the Ghouls of Midnight.
Good night.
You see me for you.